Let me ask you something. When was the last time you said something to a woman that really made her light up, something that made her look at you with admiration, respect, and maybe even that spark of attraction if you can't remember, or if you've been using the same old lines over and over again? Stick with me. Hey, I'm James. In this video, I'm going to share 6 powerful compliments that will make you unforgettable to women. These aren't your usual compliments. They're emotional triggers that speak to her deepest desires, and trust me, when you use them the right way, you'll be amazed at the results. So here's the thing: most guys totally miss the mark with compliments they go for. Things like "you look pretty" or "nice dress," which are fine, but they're surface level. The problem is these compliments don't stick. Why? Because she's heard them a million times to make a lasting impression. You need to focus on what makes her unique. Women want to feel seen and understood in ways that go beyond just looks. When you show that you notice her personality, passions, and even little quirks, you stand out from almost every other guy. And you know, this idea of looking deeper and seeing things for what they truly are, it's something that the Stoics understood well. Instead of getting caught up in the surface, they focused on the essence, what really matters. So when you compliment her on more than just how she looks, you're tapping into something much more meaningful, something that will truly make an impact. Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe if you're ready to transform how you handle relationships using the power of Stoicism. Every video is a step toward mastering your mindset and building stronger, more meaningful connections. Let's jump right into it. The first compliment: you have such a unique way of looking at things. Now you might be thinking, yeah, that sounds pretty simple, right? But let me tell you, this compliment has some serious power behind it. And it's not just about the words themselves, it's about what they represent. When you say this to a woman, you're telling her without any doubt that you value her mind, her unique perspective on the world. And let's be compliment 1 real for a second. We all want to feel like our thoughts and opinions matter, right? Especially when it comes to something as deep as our perspective on life. This compliment taps into something we all crave: the need to be seen and appreciated for more than just our looks. Women, like everyone else, want to feel like their minds are just as important as their appearance. They want to feel smart, insightful, and most of all, heard. So next time she's sharing her thoughts, whether it's about a book she's reading, a movie she's just watched, or even her take on something happening in the world, pause for a second instead of nodding along and moving on to the next topic. Take a moment to actually appreciate her perspective. Say something like, "Wow, that's such a unique way to look at it. I hadn't thought of it that way." When you do this, you're not just paying her a compliment. You're telling her that you see her as more than just a pretty face. You're showing that you value her as someone with a deep, unique mind. You're telling her, hey, you're someone worth listening to, and trust me, that hits differently. And here's where we can tie in a bit of Stoicism. Think about it. The Stoics teach us the importance of focusing on what we can control. And part of that is how we engage with others. We can't control how someone else thinks or feels, but we can control how we respond to them. A Stoic would say that the way we show up in our interactions, our ability to appreciate others for who they truly are, is within our control. By offering a compliment that goes beyond surface-level praise, you're showing that you recognize the depth of another person's character, which is a reflection of your own understanding and growth. In a way, you're both practicing wisdom and virtue, seeing beyond appearances and appreciating the true essence of someone. So next time you want to stand out and make a real impression, don't just throw out the usual, "You look beautiful." Instead, try to appreciate her for the qualities that really make her. Trust me, when you do this, it's going to make a much bigger impact. All right, let's dive into compliment number 2. There's something about your energy that's so captivating now. This one's a game changer. Why? Because it's not about her appearance. It's about something deeper. It's about that vibe. She gives compliment too off, that invisible but totally magnetic force that lights up a room. You know that feeling when someone walks in and suddenly everything just feels a little brighter. That's her energy at work. And when you call attention to it, you're doing something powerful. You're telling her that you notice this intangible quality that makes her who she is. Here's the thing, women, like all of us, have a unique energy about them. It's the way they move, the way they speak, and the way they make others feel without even trying. It could be her calm presence that instantly puts people at ease, or her enthusiasm that lifts the whole mood of a group. Recognizing this energy shows you appreciate her for who she is, not just how she looks. And here's the kicker. This compliment is rare. Not everyone notices that subtle yet powerful vibe that someone brings into a room. But when you do, you're not just giving her a compliment, you're giving her recognition for something that makes her, well, her. Imagine this, you're at a party or a get-together, and there she is, standing across the room, but instead of focusing on her clothes or her smile, you're observing how effortlessly she makes everyone around her feel comfortable, how she has this natural ability to ease tension or make a conversation flow. And you noticing this, say, there's something about your energy that's so captivating. You just have this way of making everything feel right. When you speak from the heart and really mean it, she'll feel that recognition in her bones, and it'll hit different. It's not just a comment, it's a genuine acknowledgement of the energy she brings into every room she enters. Now, let's tie this back to Stoicism, because there's a deeper layer here. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, taught that true wisdom comes from seeing the world and the people in it with clarity, without being distracted by surface-level judgments they believed, and understanding the essence of things in recognizing the true nature of a person beyond their exterior. When you offer a compliment like this, you're doing exactly that. You're acknowledging not just her outward appearance, but the essence of her being, the way her energy shapes the world around her. It's a compliment-free practice of seeing things as they truly are, without getting caught up in superficial details. In the same way, Stoicism encourages us to act with virtue and wisdom in all our interactions. This compliment shows that you're not just reacting to what's in front of you. You're seeing and appreciating the deeper qualities that others might overlook. And here's where the beauty of Stoicism comes in. By practicing this kind of mindfulness, by really paying attention to the people you interact with, you're showing respect not just for them but for yourself too. You're practicing self-discipline in how you communicate, offering something meaningful rather than a superficial comment. You're embodying virtue, just like the Stoics taught us to do. So when you say your energy is captivating, you're doing more than complimenting her. You're seeing her essence, appreciating her for everything that makes her real. And that's what makes the connection between you both even stronger. That's the kind of recognition people crave, something that goes beyond the surface, straight to the heart. And when you do this, you're not only deepening your connection with her, you're practicing something far bigger: genuine mindfulness, true appreciation, and the wisdom to see people as they truly are. Compliment number 3. You're so passionate about what you do. It's inspiring now. Passion, man. It's one of the most magnetic qualities a person can have, and it's even more powerful when you recognize it in her. Think about it when she's talking about something that gets her fired up. Whether it's a project, a hobby, or even a cause she deeply believes in, she's sharing a part of her that's real and raw. And when you call attention to that, you're not just complimenting what she's doing, you're acknowledging who she is. Imagine this. She's talking about her latest project, her voice full of energy, her eyes lighting up as she explains her vision. Maybe it's a cause close to her heart, or a new creative venture she's diving into. Instead of just nodding and saying, "That's cool," try saying you're so passionate about what you do. It's honestly inspiring now. Now that's a compliment that sticks. It's not about the task itself. It's about recognizing the drive behind it. You're seeing her, compliment for ambition, her dedication, the hours she's putting in. It's like you're giving a little nod to her character and her values. When you show that you admire this side of her, you're saying you appreciate the deeper parts of who she is, not just her appearance or surface-level traits. And here's where Stoicism ties in. Beautifully, the Stoics valued living with purpose, embracing effort and finding meaning in every action we take, whether it's a small task or something big. It's about bringing integrity and intention to it. By recognizing her passion, you're reflecting those Stoic principles, acknowledging that her actions are driven by something meaningful and virtuous. It's not just about the end result, but the journey, the effort and the values that fuel her. Complementing her passion isn't just about making her feel good in the moment. It's about showing her that you see and value the things that truly matter to her. And that's the foundation for a connection that runs much deeper than shallow flattery. When you do this, you're not just complimenting her, you're giving her the space to shine in the most authentic way possible. So, when you recognize her passion, you're telling her you respect her drive, her energy, and her purpose. And trust me, that's what makes you unforgettable. All right, before we dive back in, if you're enjoying this so far, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the most powerful compliment you've ever given or received? Drop a comment with your answer below, and let's start a conversation about what truly makes an impact. When it comes to compliments, let's get back to it. Compliment number 4. You make everyone around you feel so comfortable. Now this one is gold. Why? Because it taps into something incredibly meaningful. How she makes others feel. Think about it in any social situation. It's often the women who carry the emotional weight. They're the ones who make sure no one feels left out, who bring people together and create an atmosphere where everyone feels at ease. And when you notice that, when you take a moment to appreciate her natural ability to make others feel comfortable, wow, that's powerful. Imagine this. You're at a party. Maybe it's a group of people you don't know all that well. Some are a little shy, some are quiet in the corner. But then there's her. She's the one who effortlessly gets everyone talking, who pulls someone into the conversation, who makes even the shyest person feel seen and heard. You watch how she moves through the room, making people smile, putting them at ease without even trying. That's no accident. She's got this unique ability to connect with people on a deep level. And when you notice it, don't just keep it to yourself. Take a moment to say, "I love how you make everyone feel comfortable." It's such a special gift. This is so much more than just a compliment. It's a recognition of her emotional intelligence, her kindness, her ability to bring people together and make them feel safe. You're not just noticing her outward actions, but the care and intention behind them. And trust me, that makes a huge impact. Here's where the Stoic mindset comes into play. The Stoics believed in the power of virtues like kindness, empathy, and compassion. They understood that our connections with others, how we treat them, how we make them feel, are one of the most important aspects of living a fulfilling life. By recognizing her ability to make people feel at ease, you're reflecting those Stoic values. You're acknowledging her emotional awareness and the positive energy she brings into the world, which is rooted in a deep understanding of others and the value of human connection. This compliment is also about seeing her strength in a more subtle way. Women don't always have to be loud or assertive to be strong. Sometimes the quiet strength that comes from making people feel safe and welcomed is just as powerful, if not more so. When you highlight this, you show her that you see her for who she truly is, not just on the surface, but the depth of her character. When you notice and acknowledge this side of her, you're not just complimenting her actions, you're recognizing the emotional intelligence that drives those actions. You're giving her the space to feel appreciated for the intangible qualities that make her extraordinary. And trust me, she'll remember it. So next time you see her light up a room or help someone feel more comfortable, let her know how much you admire that special gift. It'll deepen your connection and show her that you value the qualities that matter most, and that, my friend, is how you truly compliment. 6. Stand out. Compliment number 5. I love how authentic you are. Now, this one is all about something that's truly rare in today's world: authenticity. Let's face it, in a world where social media filters expectations and perfect personas are the norm, being real can feel like a lost art. But when you come across someone who's unapologetically herself, who doesn't try to conform or pretend to be someone else, that's a breath of fresh air. It's magnetic, and when you recognize that in her, when you genuinely notice how she embraces her quirks, her sense of humor, her raw honesty, that's when you can really make her feel seen. Imagine this: you're talking with her, and she's just herself. No pretenses, no trying to impress, no self-editing. Maybe she cracks a joke that's a little offbeat, or shares something deeply personal with you. No filter, you can tell she's comfortable in her own skin, and that confidence is contagious. It's the kind of thing that stands out in a sea of people who are constantly trying to be something they're not. And when you take the time to recognize that authenticity, she'll feel like she's found someone who truly appreciates her for who she is, not some version she feels pressured to be. When you say something like, "I love how authentic you are," it's not just a compliment, it's a statement of admiration. It's a nod to her courage to be genuine, even when society often pushes people to conform. You're not just pointing out her behavior, you're acknowledging the strength it takes to stay true to herself in a world that's always trying to sell her something different. And that's powerful. Here's where Stoicism ties in beautifully. The Stoics, especially figures like Marcus Aurelius and Epicurus, were all about embracing who we truly are, our strengths, our flaws, our humanity, and not hiding behind facades or trying to be something we're not. They understood that it's only by embracing authenticity that we can live a life of virtue and peace. Stoicism teaches us that by accepting ourselves and others as we truly are, without the pressure to constantly be better in society's eyes, we can find true freedom. In a way, recognizing her authenticity aligns perfectly with Stoic principles of virtue. It's about appreciating someone for the essence of who they are, without judgment or comparison. By giving her this compliment, you're affirming her self-confidence, showing that you value her inner strength. And trust me, that's something she will hold on to. Think of it like this: we live in a world that's how Stoicism shapes your mindset in relationships, constantly trying to shape us into something else. But someone who's truly authentic is like a breath of fresh air in a smoggy city. When you show her you, celebrating her for having the courage to stand out and to simply be herself. So next time she does or says something that's unapologetically her, let her know how much you admire it. It's one of the most genuine compliments you can give, and one that will resonate with her for a long time to come, after all, in a world full of masks. Authenticity is the real treasure compliment. Number 6, you have this way of making everything feel more exciting. This isn't just a generic compliment, it's one that goes straight to the core of what makes her presence so special. When you tell someone this, you're connecting their energy and vibe to the emotions they bring out in you, and those around them. It's about recognizing that spark. She has the one that turns something simple, like a quiet evening, into a night filled with laughter and meaning. Maybe it's the way she shares her thoughts with such enthusiasm, or how her laughter is so contagious that it makes everyone else feel at ease. Think about a moment like this in your own life. Maybe you were having a normal day, and she did or said something that completely shifted the energy, making everything brighter and more memorable. By pointing this out, you're showing her that her impact isn't just noticed, it's deeply valued. And what makes this even more powerful is that it goes beyond surface-level admiration. You're not just complimenting her looks or something fleeting. You're appreciating the intangible qualities that make her irreplaceable. Now, if we take a step back and consider this through the lens of Stoicism, there's something profound here. Conclusion: the key to genuine attraction and connection. The Stoics often talked about how our presence and character influence the world around us. Marcus Aurelius wrote about how we all have the ability to contribute to the greater harmony of life through our actions and energy. When you tell her that she makes everything feel more exciting, you're acknowledging that she's embodying this Stoic principle in her own way. Her energy creates a ripple effect, elevating the experience of those around her. And that's not something everyone can do. It's a rare and beautiful gift. So when you look her in the eye and say, "You have this way of making everything feel more exciting," you're doing more than just giving her a compliment. You're creating a moment of genuine connection. You're telling her that her unique essence is something you notice and treasure. And let me tell you, that kind of acknowledgement is unforgettable. It deepens your bond and lets her know that she's valued, not just for what she does, but for the joy and excitement she brings into your life. Now here's the key: delivery is everything. If your compliments sound forced or fake, they won't have the same effect. You need to say it with meaning. Look her in the eyes, speak confidently, and let her feel the sincerity behind your words. The more real you are, the more powerful your compliment will be. So here's your challenge. Pick one of these compliments and try it out this week, but don't just rush into it. Wait for the right moment, when it feels natural. When you see her eyes light up, you'll know you've nailed it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See you in the next one.